I mean, you had a steady girlfriend, you were getting laid with some consistency, you broke up, and now you're heading into college. It doesn't give you a little bit of a confidence boost as you go into college?
Well, I would say the most embarrassing thing was, we all had our own high school girlfriends, and then all of a sudden I got to college, and out of everybody on my floor, I was the only one who didn't break up. I was the only one who did break up with his girlfriend. Everybody else still kept their high school girlfriend.
I think you made the right choice. I really do. And why you're not getting on with things, I don't understand.
I don't know. Well,
You just not met the right person? You're not meeting anybody? You're too busy at school? Or what variables are coming to bear here?
I would say that primarily I'm in engineering, and
are you at MIT?
That's not a strike against me. I don't know what isn't.
Are you at MIT?
No, I'm at Northeastern.
Northeastern.
And I'm pretty busy with doing school, and I'm not really involved with many activities at school, so I don't really
That's the deal. That is the deal.
What's that?
You need to make this part of your training. Part of your career quest has got to be having some balance in your social life, too.
And you have to implement booze.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
You really do. I mean,
He's not meeting anybody, though, booze or drunk or not.
I don't mean stay home and get drunk. I mean find a local campus sort of watering hole and start hanging out there and start frequenting that place.
God, it's so hard.
And then people start knowing you, and they start getting a little relaxed. Yeah. And then you know what happens is it starts feeling like you run the place after a while. And then chicks come in, and you go talk to them.
He needs some
activities. People are getting drunk.
He needs to get involved.
Getting drunk. That's his activities. He's working too hard.
It sounds like he's relatively well put together. He had a stable relationship for 2 years, ended it appropriately, was able to tolerate that, and can't get going again.
Willie?
Yes.
You're 23.
Yes.
What's going on?
I just want to say you guys rock, man.
Well, thanks.
Well, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. Basically, I'm in love with my best friend's sister.
How old is she?
She's 24.
How old is he?
How old is he? 23.
Does she know it?
No.
Does he know it?
No.
Would either one of them care?
Declare yourself.
Yeah.
Why are you holding back?
I don't know. I don't know if I speak up, if I either might lose one of them or lose both of them.
Why don't you ask her out on a date and see what the potential is there first before you freak out your friend?
How long have you known her?
Jesus, about 9 years.
9 years. All right, give him time, Drew.
Yeah, give me a couple more weeks.
Yeah, he's just getting ready to make his move now. He's been, he's been working on it since 89, 90.
Yeah, well, I've had girlfriends before, but...
Okay. Do you have any reason to believe that she may be interested in you?
Well, every time we do get a chance to spend time together, we always have a real good time, and I think that it could be a really great thing.
Is she single?
At the moment, yes, she is.
All right.
Ask her out.
Listen, Willie, you sound like a decent guy. Just ask her out.
All right?
All right.
That's all. And in terms of your best friend, I agree with Drew. Cross that bridge when you come to it.
Yeah, first see if there's a potential for a relationship there.
You have one of those secret things, for a few months, and then when you know things are serious, then you can both get on the same page and go to the guy.
Yep.
It's not that big a deal.
No.
Guys don't necessarily mind their friends going out with their sister, although they're not in love with it, but they're not interested in them screwing around with their sister.
Right.
If you guys are serious and everything's copacetic, then you go to them together and there's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. All right, Drew. Mike.
Yeah, hello?
You're 20. What's happening?
Hey, just want to say I love you guys' show. You guys are cool.
Thanks.
Hey, this is what happened. Over a year ago, I lost my virginity to a hooker, or to a prostitute, and...
Adam, be careful now. A hooker, not a prostitute.
Okay, and like now, I kind of noticed, like, there's a spot on the foreskin part of my penis, and I was thinking that it might be a wart.
Does it look like a wart?
I don't know how one looks. It keeps forming into a scab, but I peel the scab, and
warts don't scab. You never seen a wart on someone's hand?
No.
You never seen a wart in your whole life?
No.
So if there was a wart and, let's say, a peppercorn on a guy's hand, you wouldn't know which one the wart was?
No.
You wouldn't know.
That's bizarre.
Haven't you even seen one of those Compound W commercials before?
No.
Well, let's see. Well, okay, describe a wart, Drew. I would call...
It's a bump in your skin.
It's a bump that's made out of sort of
skin.
flesh.
Yeah, it's a skin that's proliferated.
It's like a zit with no head that isn't red.
It can look like a little cauliflower sitting on top of your skin, too.
Oh, but it doesn't...
It doesn't peel, it doesn't scab. Anything that's sore and scabbing, somebody needs to look at.
Yeah, but if you take a wart and rip it off, doesn't it scab over?
Yeah, if you rip the wart off.
And then what happens? Does the wart grow back?
The wart comes back, typically, yeah.
Hey, Mike?
Huh?
This was a year ago. You're with the hooker prostitute.
Did you wear a condom?
Yeah, this is what happened, right? She performed oral sex on me. That was with the hard plastic bag, and then for like 5 seconds the bag was off, and then I told her to put it back on. But then when
you put a plastic bag on?
Yeah, but the thing was that...
What were you trying to do with a plastic bag?
I didn't have a condom at the time.
Do you think a plastic bag... Did you hear people say, well, if you don't have a latex condom handy, a bag you'll do nicely?
Well, wait a minute, Drew. Give the MacGyver a break here. It was better than nothing, wasn't it?
No, it was not better than nothing.
What do you mean it wasn't better than nothing? Of course it was better than nothing. How is it, by the way, that you happen to have a sandwich bag on you and you don't have a condom?
No, it was in the car.
Right.
Okay, and when I did eventually, I don't know, I was kind of scared because she kind of jumped into the car and I was like scared then. So when I did eventually have sex with it, I had a condom then. I went and bought one.
All right. Well, it's been a year, right?
Yeah.
I think I don't think it's a venereal disease.
At least not necessarily related to that event. You never had sex with anyone else since?
No, masturbated, but
okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, that doesn't count, does it?
All right.
All right, so what should he do? Hey, listen.
As usual.
Mike, go to one of those free clinics. I know you don't have your personal Elvis-style physician.
It doesn't sound like something specific. I would not be concerned with it, but I can't tell you for sure it's nothing. Let's put it that way.
You know, I was just thinking about what percentage of prostitution is an impulse buy?
Is it?
There must be a large percentage. I mean, there's always going to be that percentage of guys who is, heading out with a boner, some cash, looking to get some.
Right.
But I'd say there's a decent amount of their business is made, sort of like, the guys out here in L.A. who sell the oranges on the side of the freeway off-ramp.
Right, the flowers.
You don't get on the freeway looking for oranges. You don't go, listen, I need some produce. I'm going to get on the freeway. You get off the freeway, and all of a sudden there's a guy holding a bag in front of you, whether it's cherries or flowers or oranges, and you go, yeah, all right, hey, here you go.
How do people,
it's like an impulse
How do people
thing.
know they're dealing with prostitutes?
Because they jump in the car and they go, what's happening, sugar? You want a date?
We get in the car.
They'll just, jump in.
Wow.
I mean, you got to understand, too.
How do you get them out? What's their end?
You got to let them perform oral sex on you. That's the only way you get them out. That's the excuse I use.
That's bizarre. The only time I ever...
made it with a hooker?
No, and even encounter was that time in New York. I was looking for a direction.
Jesus Christ, it's true naive. I know I've told this story before, but it certainly bears repeating. We were doing this show out of New York, out of Westwood 1, which is right in Times Square on, what the hell? It's right on Broadway and 44th, right in the middle there. And because of the time difference, we were leaving, the show ends at 3 a.m. when we're on East Coast time, when we're doing it live out there. And so we're walking back to the hotel. New York, you can walk around at 3 in the morning. You get raped and killed, but you can still walk around. And we're walking back to the hotel. It was like 3:15, 3:20 in the morning. It was cold, right?
Yeah.
And we're crossing Broadway, and we're running across Signal there. And there were 3 or 4 chicks dressed up like they just came from Mardi Gras. Big feather boas and eyelashes and
it was not like that.
Yes, it was.
No, it was.
And they were in a minivan, and as we were running across the street, one of them, or 2 of them, or 8 of them rolled the window down and started yelling, "Hey, boys, come here, come here!"
No, it was like, "Hey, I need some help."
Hey. That's how it registered in your feeble mind. But really what they were doing was they were going, hey guys, come here. And Drew was like, what's the problem, ladies? And he started heading right for the van. And I said, hey, Drew. I grabbed Drew's arm. I was like, are you kidding me? It's going to be in the tabloids. You know,
like, you go, keep walking.
Keep walking. What? Drew's like, what? Those ladies were in some form of distress over there. They required assistance. Those were prostitutes, Drew. What? How do you know? I said, Drew, it's 3:30 in the morning. There's 4 19-year-old chicks in a minivan that are all, like they're going to a Rocky Horror Picture Show or something. They're so dolled up. Oh, I don't know. Drew, trust me. Believe me, we passed them on the way in. One of them was like arguing with her pimp or something on the way in. Oh, well, you may be right. Come on, Adam, let's watch some pay-per-view porn up at the hotel. All right, let's just say hi to another call and we'll take a break. Colleen?
Yes.
You're 25?
Yeah.
Boyfriend smokes a lot of pot. She doesn't smoke at all, yet her drug test is... Oh, you have a drug test?
I'm sorry?
You're positive on your drug test?
All of them.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see the positive on there. Okay.
You're what?
You think you may be positive from his sperm-laden semen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Hold on, genius. Second, certainly has a contact high at least going from living with this guy.
Right.
All right. You know what just fell out now?
What?
My wallet just fell out of my pants. Remember my keys fell out earlier?
Those aren't pants.
I know they're pajamas, but listen, I swear to God,
but
I'm going to sue the manufacturer of these things. When you manufacture pants where the keys and wallets and everything you put in your pocket falls out, there should be a goddamn warning label right on the rack at the clothes store. There really should, because I have at least 3 or 4 pair of pants / pajamas that this happens to, and I get in my car and I drive somewhere, and then I get out and I park the car and I walk to the restaurant and I start checking my pants. It's like, holy Christ, I'm not even wearing my underwear anymore. It all fell out of the car. Somehow my underpants got out of the pocket. Do you know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah, I know, exactly.
I think of a trail of like chapstick, lighter,
I leave
keys,
change
and
my
wallet.
kids. My kids, I looked the other day, they had these jars filled with change.
Somebody
back your car.
should test pants so that the pockets work. Okay, Drew. That's our next crusade. All right, we'll take a break, and then we'll get back with, what was her name? Colleen. Find out if THC can be passed through semen. Adam, that is Drew, and those are the good time ramblings of Marilyn Manson, right? All right. All right. Where the hell were we, Drew?
He plays Branson once in a while, doesn't he? In a Good Time Theater?
Yeah, Marilyn Manson, I think he opened for Mo Bandy over there. Or was it Hushi Machiko, the greatest Japanese country fiddler alive? Or maybe it was the Gatlin brothers.
What's your friend, the juggler's name?
Philip Welford.
Maybe
Philip the juggler.
Philip the juggler.
Or
maybe Philip for him.
Could have been Andy Williams. They vote for. Anyway, I know they're always in Branson. Where the hell were we? Colleen?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you're 25.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend smokes a lot of pot?
Yeah, but we don't live together, and he doesn't do it around me.
But you fail your drug test.
Yeah.
You do not.
Yes, I do.
You do not.
I can send you tests.
Then you smoke pot.
No, I don't.
You did it one time.
No. And I was even told by my doctor that even if I did, after 30 days, it would be gone.
No. That's not necessarily true.
So you do smoke some pot.
That's not necessarily true.
I haven't in years.
Years and years, huh?
At least 2.
Did you lose some weight suddenly, recently?
Nope. I've been on other prescription drugs, so I was told that maybe it could be in those, but we had those tested too,
and the cannabis came out on your urine screen.
Yeah.
Why are you getting tested?
It's court ordered.
Why?
Uh-oh.
My daughter was temporarily taken out of my home, and her father accused me of doing drugs, said I lost a lot of weight, and so they made me do the drug testing, but it's showing, the THC is showing.
Why was your daughter taken out of your home?
I knew you guys were going to do this.
No, we're getting to the good stuff.
Yeah, my current boyfriend and I got into a physical confrontation, and my daughter's father used that to get her away from me.
The temerity of that man.
Oh, man. You know, the limits that some people will go to. The lengths, I should say, that people go to.
Scuffle in the living room?
I'm sorry?
Nothing. Colleen, all I know is that every drug addict I've ever met has got a billion excuses for why their urine's positive, and I've yet to find one except that they used.
So you're telling me that I'm a drug addict?
I'm just telling you what my experience has been. And I'm trying to make every possible excuse for you, including that you smoked heavily 5 years ago and lost a bunch of weight or got physically active and somehow it was released from your fat. Or you sat in closed rooms with him or something during the days when it... but I have yet to see THC in somebody's urine for other than someone's use. Because if indeed there was other reasons for THC to appear, we would discuss or ask about those things when screening people. But there's no reason to because it doesn't show up.
The THC is not like, something that'd show up from eating poppy seeds or something like that, right?
No.
It's just THC.
Right.
But my doctor said that because it's a natural substance, that it can be found in anything, and that's why they give you a certain percentage on your test anyways.
What do you mean found in anything?
Colleen, no, no. These
like
are screens. These are no. That's not true.
Peanut butter or something?
Look,
detergent? What do you mean?
I work in addiction medicine. I'm interpreting urine screens every day.
That's why I called you.
And if you're expecting to get up in a court and say that it's some BS reason, expect somebody like me to step in and go, sorry.
Well, why don't you let your husband raise your daughter for a while anyway?
Because he's an asshole. He's never been a father to her before. He doesn't know how to be a father, so why should I let him now?
But you smoke pot.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Well, okay, listen, I believe you, Colleen, because you're calling. You have no reason to say that you are.
Well, she's testing out what it would be like to discuss.
All right, yeah. I don't believe you, Colleen.
No, I just wanted to know if it could be done, okay? My doctor told me otherwise as well. I was just calling you.
I'm just telling you, when your doctor gets up in a court and the board-certified, ASAM-certified addictionologist gets up there and blows him away, you're going to have trouble defending yourself.
Hey, Colleen, let me ask you this question. If you got into a physical altercation with your boyfriend that got your daughter taken away, this is the same boyfriend?
Uh-huh.
He's still smoking pot and doing God knows what else. You're sort of supporting that. It doesn't seem like you made a 180 in your life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why are you still with the guy who slapped you around? And
I didn't say he slapped me around. I said we got into a physical confrontation. It was both on both parts.
Okay, but why is it okay that you've been sober for how long?
When I smoked it was just here and there. It was, it wasn't something that was all the time.
Yeah, well,
it's not like cigarettes. I mean, I smoke cigarettes all the time. It's not something that it's, it was just like a social thing.
Well, all right, so you never had a problem with booze or drugs?
Oh, no.
So why is it, though, all right with you that this guy is around your daughter potentially? He's getting stoned all the time?
Because he doesn't do it around my daughter.
Okay.
He doesn't do it around any of us.
He doesn't?
Uh-uh.
All right. Well, why did you guys get in a physical altercation?
I don't know. He got mad, and I didn't want him to leave because I wanted to know what was going on, so I kept him from leaving.
All right. You got one kid?
No, I've got two.
Where's the other one?
With me.
All right. Hey, don't have any more kids, would you?
I'm not. That's already taken care of.
Good. What'd you do?
I had a tubal, and then I had a hysterectomy.
Good.
Oh, for what? 25?
They don't know.
Wow.
For a bleeding or infection or what?
Just massive pain. They're saying it's endometriosis, but that's why they said they took my uterus away. And
Did you have to use a lot of pain medication at that time?
I was. I was taking 4,000 milligrams of Vicodin and Percocet a day.
Okay, Colleen. That is, you need to understand something if you're going to defend yourself. You're not an addict transiently. Okay, particularly with opiates. Once you're an opiate addict, you are forever an opiate addict. And you will, unless you've been thoroughly treated, you will consistently use other substances to trigger those same mechanisms that have been conditioned by the opiates.
All right, I think we both got the same vibe off of Colleen because we got to move on to the next call, which is she may not be smoking pot currently, but there's still plenty of reasons why her kid shouldn't be around her. She still sounds like a bit of a handful.
The story, everything she's trying to say about her urine test is not fit.
Okay. Well, I'd have to see the urine myself before I pass any final judgment. Alan?
Yeah.
You're 17.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? And listen, let me just say this. All you screwball moms who want to call in and try to sort of gloss over that, I don't have custody of my kids right now, but anyway, I'm a real good parent. you're going to get an argument because I know the court system in this country. I was an attorney for 17 years out of San Bernardino. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
I think all I did was carpet clean.
I think you.
They don't realize
I comedy traffic school out of San Bernardino.
I was an attorney at law. I like when that. Well, how's the at law part go?
It's when you're playing by your own rules.
Aren't
usually.
most attorneys at law?
Yeah.
Do we need the at law? Do you go, I'm a doctor at the hospital?
At medicine.
All right, well, anyway, the point is I know what it takes to get a kid away from mommy.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead, Alan.
And by the way, what she was gonna. This is what she was gonna say in court. My doctor said. Somebody's gonna step in there and blow that apart.
Oh, good. I hope we're all paying for it, though. Alan, go ahead, buddy.
Alrighty. Got home from work today and got home early. I normally work till about 3, and I got home about 1. So, anyways, I come in and my girlfriend's supposed to be home. She's not anywhere in the house. I walk into the bedroom, and she's in there with her roommate, which happens to be another girl. They were in there doing their thing, together.
You're 17?
Yeah.
You drop out of high school?
No, sir.
Well, you're working. You work. Is this 1 in the morning or 1 in the afternoon?
I turn 18 tomorrow. I graduated when I was a junior.
Ooh, you're Gemini?
Oh, yeah.
I knew it. I knew it.
Anyhow.
Yeah. How old's your girlfriend?
22.
Ooh.
Older woman.
You guys living together?
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy.
She been married?
No, not at all.
Did you know she was lesbian or bisexual?
Absolutely not. Actually, we've talked about maybe bringing somebody else into the bedroom, and it was absolutely no way.
Really?
On her part.
Yeah, no, well, you were there.
Eh.
Listen, again, this may sound judgmental, but a 22-year-old woman is with a 17, soon to be 18, but 17-year-old lad. Suspect.
Yeah.
Something's up.
Yeah.
A little chaotic. Something's going on there.
Yeah.
I mean, she's 22. You're in high school, right?
Graduated. Well, yeah, I'm high school age.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Last year you graduated?
He graduated as a junior, he said.
As a junior.
Oh, okay. I mean, you sound pretty mature and everything, but still, it's a little... I worry about her. Is she doing all right, other than the lesbian fling?
Well, up until today, I thought she was doing great.
What's her deal? What should we know about her?
A little bit of drugs.
Yeah.
Not anymore, not since I've been with her. I've been with her almost 2 years.
What drug?
She was doing speed and a lot of dope.
2 years.
Yeah. She's not drinking now?
We both drink.
Yeah, of course she's drinking.
15 and 20?
Yeah.
22.
No.
Oh, when they got
2 years
together.
ago, yeah.
Wow.
2 years ago.
15 and 20s, huh?
Wow.
That's a tall one. All right.
Do you have an alcoholic parent? Or?
No, I'm not alcoholic-wise. My family occasionally drinks, yes.
Just wondering where you got the need to take care of somebody like this.
What do you mean taking care of?
She sounds like a little bit of a handful.
No, we both work.
Let me put it this way. I mean, you just stated she's not using drugs as long as she's been with me.
Right.
Which suggests that...
Yeah, I got her off of that.
Yeah, you didn't. Okay, first of all.
But why?
Nobody does that.
But Drew's a little suspicious of people that want to get people off drugs who enter relationships at 15.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's up with you? Is there...
Well, here's a sort of a problem is my other roommate that lives here with us. I've had the hots for her for a long time. We've had an interlude once or twice, and
this whole thing's kind of a mess.
We nipped it off, and that was the end of it. But that was about a year ago.
I think maybe you ought to. Maybe this ought to be
now your roommate's getting it on with her.
Yeah.
Female roommate.
Yeah. Well, the
same girl.
I found out that the one that I liked.
Yeah.
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 Same one's flipping over.
They're doing each other, I guess, from what I found out today. They're both at work right now, so...
Did they see you walk in?
Yeah.
What was their reaction?
They both went opposite ways. She kind of said, oh, crud, and...
Let this be a sign unto you.
Young Alan?
Well, I mean, this is every 17-year-old's dream. I mean...
if this is what you want, you're in for a hell of a ride. It's not going to be good.
Well, it could be good for a while. I think they owe you.
Adam could probably feel
Alan,
my pain here.
Alan, listen to me because we're going to go to commercial, but I'm going to tell you some words that should echo in your brain for the rest of your life. You're going to be 18 tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
My birthday's Thursday, by the way, if anyone wants to say anything.
Happy birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's how I knew he was a Gemini.
Hey, Ann.
I don't know
his
any...
birthday is Thursday.
That's all right. Listen, I don't want anything. Just a couple pies. Alan?
Yeah, one of my roommates.
Okay, yeah, send over the roommates and some pie.
That'll work.
Alan, listen to me closely. You're very mature for your age.
Yeah.
This guy, Alan, you can hear him. Graduated early.
On the surface.
Right, but every man, here's the thing, no matter, we talk to people that are 17 and graduated college already, but inside of them is a scared 12-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the brain of Einstein, but they have this sort of guts.
Emotional
of
development.
You can't move that along.
Right.
Now, Alan, you've seen a lot, you've done a lot, you're mature, you're smart, you have things together. So, but you're in a little bit over your head. And this 22-year-old is a little more chaotic than you're willing to admit to yourself. And your roommate's fairly chaotic, too, by virtue of the fact that she had a relationship with you and this 22-year-old chaotic girlfriend of yours. So, don't have any illusions about getting married. Don't get anyone pregnant. Put a condom on, have yourself a couple of wild nights with the three of them, and then it's all going to explode, but you get out of there in one piece.
So just get the hell out of here now, huh?
Get out.
Oh, no, I said
move
the threesome. Let him swing a little and then move out of there. Why not? This may be his only opportunity. I wish I'd capitalized on all of...
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right, I was masturbating. Okay, that's different. Okay, you're right, Drew.
Loveline, Carolla, and Dr. Drew. The phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Mike, you got any Thin Lizzy around here? That song sounds like Jailbreak. Oh, we have? Yeah. What was your answer? I don't have any Thin Lizzy. Okay. Come on, go find a Thin Lizzy record back there, Mike.
There we go.
Jailbreak.
Let's find a good call.
Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Tell you, that riff sounds familiar. Michelle?
Yeah?
You're 15?
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
I'm addicted to porn.
What do you mean?
Like, every time somebody says, well, like, not, people don't just come up to me and go, want to watch porn, but, like, if I see something, like, if my friend has a video, I'll ask her if I can borrow it. Or, like, if my friend has a magazine, I'll ask her if I can borrow it. And, like...
Has it become a preoccupation? Is it impairing your ability to engage in other activities?
No. It's just, like, I think that I, like, see way too much of it, but I can't help myself.
How old were you when you started looking at this stuff?
How old was I? The first time I ever seen one was in the 6th grade. My friend gave me a magazine, and I kept it until my parents found it, and they, like, burned it up.
You were 11.
Yeah.
I don't think it was 11. I was probably, like, 12. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing, Drew. Most people in 6th grade, by the time they're in 6th grade, have come across something.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take for a lot of people, especially girls.
Right.
Not necessarily that interested in it.
That's right.
So she was interested in it. And I don't think, and I know this might sound contrary to many of the ideas I talk about on this show, I think some people are just sort of gravitate towards some things a little more than others.
Yeah, there's a reason for everything.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's stuff like, I don't know, skiing or art or model building or whatever, horseback riding or piano. There's some 6th graders do it once. They go, I've seen it. That's enough. And then there's other people that go, hey, I'm really into this. And they go nuts on it. I know porn isn't quite horseback riding.
No.
Although it could be. There's some porn.
All right.
Here's what I'm saying, Drew.
It's a personal
Isn't
taste.
there a certain percentage of society that just it's titillated or fascinated or interested in something that they come across, whereas other people just doesn't appeal to them at all, like scouting, for instance, or something like
no
that?
No accounting for taste is sort of the...
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to sexuality, though, usually people that have a lot of energy there have it for a reason, but it doesn't necessarily mean there's grave impairment, right?
Well, it seems like your parents are responsible and everything, right?
They burned your porn.
Well, they didn't. Yeah, they did. But like, I do like last weekend, my friend, like her whole family left for the weekend, and I knew that her brother had a porn video, and like, they left the front door unlocked, and I knew they weren't going to be back like all weekend, so I like broke in there and I stole his porn.
What are you, living in Mayberry?
No.
They go away from the weekend, leave the front door open?
They're really dumb people. I mean, they do the dumbest things. And
how'd you know the front door was unlocked, though?
because I was looking
because when she rammed the pry bar into it, it just popped open.
No, I'm serious. They wanted me to feed their pets, and I was checking to make sure everything was okay. And then I went to the front door and I checked to make sure it was locked, and it wasn't. And I was like, well, okay. And then I went home, and then the next day I was like, well, I know he's got this video, so I'll just open the door and look around, and if I find it, I'll take it home. But I ended up looking around for an hour, and then I brought it home and haven't given it back yet. So.
I understand. When are they coming back in town?
Oh, they're back already. They left last week.
Oh, you haven't given it back?
Mm-mm. No, I've had it for a week.
And what's he going to do? Go running down the stairs? Mom! Who took my porn?
Well, I don't know. He's 21, so I don't know. I don't even know if he knows yet.
Does he smoke pot?
No.
You didn't find a bong or roach clip or anything when you were looking around his room?
No.
Wait, you want some leverage?
No, I'm just saying, if he smokes a lot of pot, he's not going to know what happened to the porn.
It's a really goofy family. They really do a lot of weird stuff.
God, talk about gaslighting a kid, you know what I mean? I mean, the guy's like, where the hell is, I had you bang us Uranus in the VCR, for Christ's sake. What the hell? There's nothing else taken.
Who's he going to ask?
He's not going to ask anyone. He'd never think for a million years that some 15-year-old neighbor broke in, just stole the porn, and walked, took off. Wow, that's diabolical.
I saw you guys on Talk Soup with that lady who her boyfriend bit off her nipples and they grew back.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
What was up with her? I was like,
I don't know. Let's stick to your nipples for a second, Michelle. All right, are you a virgin?
Yeah.
And are you interested in trying out some of the stuff you've seen depicted in your favorite movies?
Yeah, but I had this boyfriend and we were almost there, and his parents made us break up because he was 19. He lied to his parents.
Yeah, Michelle. Something's up here.
Now it's starting to get a little dicey.
Well, I called once before, why older guys like me, and you guys said it was because my dad used to hit me all the time.
Okay, here we go.
Well, I tried to make an argument for just being naturally attracted to porn, but now you're sort of putting holes in that.
I was doing some studying over the weekend about what happens to kids when stuff gets etched into their mind at a young age, and one of the things that can happen is they can develop something called hyperarousal, where their whole system becomes sort of geared towards the sympathetic nervous system, which is the stimulatory part of the nervous system, and that tend to sort of flow downstream into their sexuality too, where they become hypersexual also. And it's all part of that abuse syndrome.
All right, so it started that you just liked porn. Now you're breaking into your neighbor's house. Your dad used to beat you a lot. You're hooked up with a 19-year-old for a while. You're 15. Now it's starting to get a little dicey.
Sex is a way of managing awful feelings, basically, and a way of trying to gratify some reward and to feel.
Okay, so what should she do in 15 seconds?
Try not to give in to those impulsive behaviors. Get stable relationships. Don't get sexually active for a couple of years because it's not going to necessarily be a good thing for you.
Okay.
And don't trust your attraction to older guys.
She'll do none of that, Drew. Mike?
Yeah.
You're 15.
Yeah.
What's happening?
What?
What do you want?
Oh, about a week ago I met a girl at a party and started going out with her, and just in the past couple days I found out that she was only 12 years old.
Perfectly healthy, totally natural.
It's not a good thing, is it?
What?
Not a good thing. She's in 7th grade.
He likes her.
I'm wondering, what do you think I should do?
Leave her alone.
Gotta get married. What do you mean? Hey, Mike?
Yeah?
You don't get a lot of chicks, do you?
Not really, no.
Because I can tell, because the guys who don't get a lot of chicks, when they get hooked up with something that clearly isn't going to work, don't want to let go.
They can't let go, yeah. If there's a possibility.
Hey, I met this chick, yeah. Turned out it was a dude, yeah. We've been dating for 6 months. I'm not sure what to do. It's like, I think maybe you should break up. Oh, because you get this feeling like there's not going to be another one that's going to come around for a while, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. All right, there will be others that come along.
We promise.
Others that were born in the same decade you were. You know what I'm saying, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Listen, don't go out with her, would you? She's 12 years old, for Christ's sake.
Your friends will never...
Mike
to get away with it.
Mike may have been chronologically 15, but
that was the Quaaludes, I think.
Now listen, I know what it's like to be a guy who doesn't get any women, and then it's like when your friends' moms like you, and it's like, oh, okay, what do we do? You're desperate. You got to make a move, Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie, you're 15.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I don't like Frankie's attitude. Zach?
Yeah.
Zach, you're 20. Frankie, don't hang up on Frankie. We'll just we'll get back to him after the commercial. Zach, what's going on?
Well, I've been dating my girlfriend for like a year, and I got a job in Illinois, so I moved there, and I was under the impression that we were still going out, and I started talking to her, and the next thing I know, she tells me she just started acting all weird, and told me she started dating some other guy.
Okay, well that's it.
But
that's it. No, but
it's over, Zach.
That's it.
It is?
That's it.
Yeah, sorry, brother. That's all right. You're out of state. You find a new girl.
No, I moved back home for her.
Well, but she's telling you she's dating somebody else.
Well, but her parents abandoned her and stuff.
Zach?
So I figured
Zach, she's dating someone else, right?
Well, I don't know if it's serious or not.
Well, it's serious enough for her to tell you about it.
Do you want to put yourself through that?
No, I'm putting myself through hell right now.
Yeah.
I know. Don't get back into it, Zach. Just move on, brother. Believe me.
Even if you said your parents abandoned her, and even if it's because you were so present that she had to sabotage this, whether it's that or the fact that she's just done with the relationship, either way, she's done with the relationship.
Right.
If she's acting out some old abandonment stuff from the past, you requiring her to stay in is not going to fix her abandonment issues, and she's going to keep cheating.
Okay. When we come back, we'll speak to Ray. He's 23, wants to know how he can ease his girlfriend into sex toys? Sex? What's the YS?
I don't know. Sex, yeah.
What's that YS mean?
I don't know.
Okay. Sherry, what's YS mean on there? Call 4. Sex, no, right. Oh, it's a typo. Okay. All right, don't do that. It's confusing. All right, we'll take a break, and Ray's going to try to figure out how to broach the delicate vibrator subject with his girlfriend after this.
I feel so liquidy. Really? Why?
You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline will be right back.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla, man. We're going to take 10 seconds here to, get our heads together, and we'll be back with more of whatever this show is in, 10 seconds. Yeah, okay.
This is Loveline on
radio station.
The new rock. Transit 92.1 KFMA, Green Valley, Tucson.
It is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. The Loveline. That is Dr. Lou. Hey, Mike.
Who's coming up this week?
I'll tell you who's coming up this week. Amanda DeCadney. Amanda DeCadney is someone who's been on the show a couple of times. We have a little bit of a love affair, me and Amanda. I think she kind of likes me a little bit.
What is she from again?
She's from England. I don't know. Amanda DeCadney was married to John Taylor from Duran Duran.
Right.
She was, I believe, a model. And she's very international, and she came over here, and she's done some acting, and I did this House of Blues pilot type thing with her a year ago. Remember that?
Yeah.
And
what happened with that?
I don't know. I ran into somebody at a Vegas hotel a couple of weeks ago who worked for the hotel, and they said, hey, you're a busy man. And I said, yeah. And they said, yeah, all the other stuff you got going on in the House of Blues project. I said, what the hell are you talking about? And I saw you in that House of Blues thing. I said, we're working on something, blah, blah, blah.
This is Hard Rock people were saying this.
No, this was at the Sahara. Mm-hmm. So I have no idea what the hell's going on with that, but it's okay. I got my plate full anyway. So anyway, Amanda DeCadney will be in here, and we'll find out what's going on with that and everything else. Kevin Nealon, who you know from, or you knew from Saturday Night Live all those years doing the news, and... Geez, I'm trying to think. He acts, he writes, and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know what he's plugging this time around. I don't think we've had him on, have we?
I've never met him.
Smart guy, funny guy, and always have been interested in meeting
I always
him.
liked his stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see him on Wednesday. Amanda tomorrow. All right, where was we, Drew?
We were talking to...
Was it Ray?
4.
Yeah.
Ray.
Drew, when you draw 3 and then draw 1,
yeah.
I know that adds up to 4, but it's still confusing for me. Ray?
Yes.
What's going on?
Not much.
All right, what's your question?
Well, I've been with my girlfriend for a couple months, and I'm trying to, like, try to figure out how I can talk her into being dominant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want her to dominate you?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Why is that?
I don't know. I've always fantasized about it.
What does that mean?
Oh, whips, chains, tie me up.
And you want her to do it on you?
Yes.
See, now to me, this means that you had led a life where you weren't dominated.
No, it means he was smacked around as a kid.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but if you were calling in and you were 55, I'd say you were the head or CEO of some major corporation.
But understand, that's how kids deal with having been rendered powerless. They go, I'm never going to let this happen to me again, and then I'm going to...
Yeah, but don't people that smack... But isn't that when a girl's been smacked around? When a guy has been smacked around, he wants to smack other people around.
That happen. They go both ways. They reverse, the role goes back and forth.
I think I'm right with this one.
Again, it's just a way of acting out that old...
I don't think he's been smacked around. You want to bet a buck on it?
I don't have... All right.
Oh, you do? I don't have a dollar. Yeah.
All
right, Ray, were you smacked around?
No, I was not.
Why is it? Where did this come from? You in a position of power somehow at 23 years old in your life?
No, I just feel like I need a good ass beating.
What do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living?
How do you know what an ass beating is or would feel like if that never happened to
you? He's got cable, Drew.
Seriously.
Drew, what do you mean? People know what an ass beating is.
I need a good ass beating?
I'm a security guard.
Security guard. What do you aspire to be?
State trooper.
Uh-huh. Interesting. So there is a sort of violent theme to your life. Now, was your dad a military man?
Yes, and now he's a security guard also.
Uh-huh.
He was not rough.
I'd like $1 for that military man thing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you.
He was not rough.
No.
He didn't have a sort of rigid household. I mean, I know military guys like to do that, breakfast at 0700 hours and like to go in and make sure your room's not a mess. And they call the bathroom the latrine and stuff like that. He wasn't that way at all?
Sometimes he did white glove tests to check for dust and things of that nature.
Are you S-ing me? Did he really do that?
Yes, he did.
All right, that's pretty rigid.
It's like over the top.
When Dad puts the white glove on and wipes it like along the top of the door jamb or something to see if the dust is settled there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that...
What else did he do that way?
Oh, he used to make me clean the bathroom every day.
With a toothbrush?
No, on my hands and knees.
And what would he do to you if you didn't do it?
Court-martial. He'd be peeling potatoes in the stockade.
What would he do to you if you didn't do it?
What would he do if I didn't do it?
Yeah.
I mean, he'd punish me, He'd get out his belt.
All right, Ray, that's what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute. Are you just making this crap up, Ray?
No, I'm not.
All right.
Didn't we just ask you that?
I swear to God. I swear to God. Listen, Ray, I know this sees normal to you, but this is real rigid.
Real abusive. And it's what I said at the opening, all right? I want that $1 back.
What dollar? I didn't get the dollar.
The one I was going to give you for coming up with military.
All right, you got it back. Choke on it. I hope you buy a granola bar with it and you get hepatitis from it.
What is with people that they can't just bring it out?
Because, first off, people are defensive, and secondly, this was normal to Ray.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem bizarre to him. If you grew up with my hippie mom, then it would seem bizarre. You understand?
Really bizarre.
Yeah, hey, Zorback dropped his joint. That was my life.
Oh, carpet's on fire.
Yeah, what carpet? All right, Ray.
Yes.
Here's the deal. You grew up in a real rigid environment.
Abusive.
Mildly abusive, and now you're sort of acting this out in your sexual relationship, okay?
All right.
Now, here's the deal. Instead of trying to settle everything by getting your girlfriend to walk on your back wearing a pair of stiletto heels, why don't you just work it out instead of acting it out? You know what I mean? A little therapy, clear up a few things, free yourself up. Then you don't have to be a slave to it and act it out the rest of your life.
And by the way, the career in law enforcement is not such a bad idea for him, frankly.
No, it's fine.
It helps him express some of that stuff so he doesn't get stuck in his relationships.
Yeah. Well, listen, I was talking to someone today about why cops are always beating the crap out of people and how we're always surprised. Oh, we're surprised. Oh, they shouldn't have done that. That was excessive. That guy who came at him just had a screwdriver. They didn't have to shoot him. And here's my thing. This is why they're cops, everybody. I mean, this is the personality.
Some of them.
Listen, I wouldn't be a cop, you wouldn't be a cop, Mike wouldn't be a cop, and the people you work with wouldn't be a cop. They don't have the temperament for it. I mean, they don't have that contained aggression, that sort of purposeful aggression. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, it takes a certain personality to walk around with a gun strapped onto you and know you might have to use it.
Aren't you glad they are there?
Yeah, I am. And the people that do the beating, or the people that wouldn't do the beating, don't become cops. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not saying all cops are bad, but that is part of the character makeup of these guys.
Some of them.
And by the way, here's my whole take on anything a cop does to anybody. I don't care if he pumps 7,000 rounds into each one of your nostrils. If you start it, I'm fine with it. I don't care what the outcome is. Meaning, if you take a rock and throw it at the squad car and they pull over with bolt action, or I should say pump action shotguns, and him and his partner put 7,000 rounds into you, I'm fine with that. You shouldn't have thrown the goddamn rock at the cop car.
Or if when the guy asks you to come over, you go, screw you. And
when the cop tells you to lie down and you don't lie down and he wants to take a baton upside your head, I'm fine with that. You know why? Because I will always lie down when a cop tells me to lie down. And that's all you hear is the news is, the guy had a rusty screwdriver and he was staggering toward the cops and they told him to drop it 15 times. They wouldn't drop it and they opened fired on him, and these cops are using excessive force, and there are 35 of them, and certainly they could have fired a beanbag into his groin and knocked the thing out of him, or they could have stunned him, or they could have pepper sprayed him. And you know what? They're right. But you know what? I don't care, because I'm never staggering toward a battalion of police with a screwdriver and ignoring their pleas for me to drop it. And therefore, I don't care. And I don't care about anyone else that happens to. You know why? Because you started it. If you break into somebody's house and you want to steal a mint from the coffee table and the guy blows your head off with a shotgun, I don't care. You shouldn't have broke into his goddamn house. That's the way I feel with the cops. Every night I drive home, I listen to the news, and it's one beef up against the next with the cops. Oh, excessive this, excessive this, excessive this. You know what? Leave them alone. Stay out of their face, and when they tell you to get down and put your hands down in front of you, do it. And believe it or not, all the troubles are going to go away.
I think your Culver City friends will stop by tonight.
Yes, they should. That's right. What am I wearing tonight, Drew?
Culver City Police Department hat.
I wear this hat whenever I drive through Culver City, and as soon as I get in L.A., I put an LAPD cap, and then when I get into Burbank, I put the Burbank cop hat on. Seriously, what do you think your chances of getting pulled over wearing the hat of the department that pulls you over? Don't you think that's got to get you at least a 40% chance of getting a warning?
Potentially.
That's right. That is the ass I'm willing to kiss. Christina?
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah.
What's going on?
My best friend, he just became sexually active. And before this, sex never really came up. But then once he became really sexually active, that's all he ever talks about with me. And I'm not ready, but...
Who's he having sex with?
Everyone and anyone.
Oh. Boy, I was always waiting for that day where I became sexually active. It never seemed to come around. There's very small doses of sprinkling of sex here or there over years, you know, but it wasn't that, hey, I turned the corner, I'm now sexually active. So he wants to have sex with you?
Yes, he does, and he says he fantasizes about it, and it's like...
And screwed up your friendship.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's hard for me to forget our past and our past of what we had together, you know?
What'd you have?
It was nothing. It was just a basic friendship that was it was, there was nothing to it.
Yeah, you may never have that again with a male.
It's hard to forget your past and all you had.
Well, but listen.
What was it? Nothing.
No, but listen, they had a real intimacy, is what she's telling you.
Well, they were friends.
No, but very close friends. And
will you shush up? Were you very close friends?
We were close as friendships could be between a girl and boy without getting...
And women really want and are talented at intimacy. And the guys at 17, boy, that's clouded. They lose track of that real fast.
Plus, once a guy gets that confidence, gets a few chicks under his belt, a few notches on his bedpost, he's walking in, he's wearing like an ascot and a silk robe, he's walking in the kitchen, he's slapping his mom on the ass. You're looking tight, mom. You know what I mean? He's like some kind of playboy now.
He's under the influence of testosterone.
Right. So listen, just bring him back to earth a little bit.
Have you tried telling him how much you miss what you guys had?
I tried, but every time it comes up, he's like, it's nonstop.
You want it, baby.
Yes.
You know what? You may need a little distance from him for a while.
Or he'll just joke around about it, and he's saying all women are good for is just the hole in between their legs.
Oh, my God.
Crude things like that.
Wow.
Well, then why would you even bother wasting time with the guy? He's not who you thought. He's no longer who you thought he was.
It's hard to let go of friendship.
It's gone now.
Second. I don't know. Why are you so tangled up in it? I mean, you're not interested in him physically, are you?
No.
Huh?
No.
Not at all?
Not at all.
Never. Would you shush up?
I was earlier.
Aha. Yes. I was getting at something here, Drew. What happened?
I didn't find him attractive anymore. I'm the kind of person who does leaps from one guy to another.
Leaps? Leaps from one guy to the other?
Yeah. I get boyfriends and then I lose them after a while, because they expect more from the relationship. I'm not willing to do anymore.
All right, Christina, listen. Cut this guy loose. I know you think you're close. Everyone thinks they're close when they're 17. Oh, it's going to go on forever. Drew, who do you talk to that you talk to when you're 17? There's a handful of idiots you see once in a while. You don't even like them. You know what I mean? It's fine. You just don't know it when you're 17. You think that's it. Believe me, there'll be other idiots you'll befriend. And it'll be based on something real. Not you sitting...
based on work, so to speak.
Yeah, but it's not going to be based on you sitting behind them in typing class or them living down the street. That's not... all that is location.
Yeah. As opposed to who works in the desk next to you.
That's fate. Would you shut up? Ashley.
Hi.
You're 14.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, a couple weeks ago, I was cleaning my dad's car, and he was going to pay me to do it, and he told me don't clean the glove compartment. But, of course, I looked in the glove compartment, and I found a videotape of porn. And then a couple days later, I was putting his clothes away, and I found another videotape in his underwear drawer. And by then, I'm getting really curious about how much he actually has, so I looked in his closet. He has a whole, basket full of porn tapes.
It's like finding bees and finding a way to the hive.
She went to the freezer to get a pop out the other night, and there was a whole stack of them.
Fell right out.
Wow. Is your dad single?
No, he's married. He's been married for 16 years.
Mm-hmm. Funny that he... Well, now, was the one in the glove box, was he returning that to a video store or something?
I don't know, because the label was on that one with the name on it, and that was, from the 70s.
Oh.
And then the ones that I found in his closet, all the labels were taken off, and they were more recent.
How do you know what they were if the labels were taken off?
Because I put them in the VCR to see what they were.
Oh.
Come on, I'm 14.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering, is this normal?
Did you have to put all of them in there to figure out what they were?
No, I put the first one in.
Oh, okay.
God, there's 15 tapes in there.
Wow.
But, is that normal?
For him to have those tapes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine if Adam were your father.
I mean,
Ashley?
15's a little much.
What do you think if Adam were your father? Wait, if Adam were your father, what do you think you'd come across if you stumble into his
I don't even want to think
bunker?
About it.
Bunker, yeah.
Listen, I don't think you found the mother lode yet. I suggest you get in the underpinning of the house and really start looking.
Well, isn't 3 tapes enough after a while?
It is for the first week or so, but then you get bored.
He's some sort of
the same thing in all of them, right?
He is some sort of a aficionado, though. He's got the 70s stuff booked in. He has a special compartment for it in his car.
Okay, let me explain a couple of things, Ashley.
Okay.
First off, Thank God your dad's heterosexual. Thank God for that. And still married to your mom.
Yeah.
Secondly, your mom probably knows what's going on, too.
That's another thing I was thinking about. Should I ask her about it?
No, she's got it. Would you quiet down, Drew? He has them in the underwear drawer. He has them in his car. He has them stacked up in the closet.
Well, why does he need one in his car, by the way?
Well, he could have just been transporting that one.
To his friends or something?
Guys will keep a porn in the car in case they get pulled over or something.
But no, this is like a novelty thing, the 70s thing. Maybe he was taking it to show a friend or something.
Could have just bought it. Could have acquired it somehow. Could have got it at a porn swap meet. So here's what I'm trying to say, Ashley. Here's why. How old is your dad?
He's 43.
All right, let me see. I'm going to do some math here. I'm going to have 27,000 porn films by the time I'm 43. Here's the thing about a porn film. Back me up on this, Mike. You don't get rid of them. It's not like, well, I got 3, that's good. Because what happens is you buy one, and then a month later you buy one, and then when your buddies gives you one for a gag gift, and then you go to a bachelor party and there's a bunch left behind or something, and you just keep adding to the collection. It's not like they're muffins or something.
You know, ever since I started working for this show, I've gotten so much free porn that I look like some kind of sick bastard now.
Right.
Because I have 2 drawers full now. I don't think I've seen more than about 4 of them.
Don't tell Adam this.
I can never get more than 10 minutes into them.
I can read his mind here.
But the point is, Mike, is it's not like you're ever going to clean out your porns and lighten the load a little bit.
I've been tempted lately.
But if you got 2 a year, by the time you were 43, you'd have 32 of these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying this is what happens. So cut the guy a break.
All right.
But I do think if you feel comfortable talking to your mom about it, you should.
No.
And he ought to be encouraged by your mom to keep this more discreet. And maybe there are other little brothers and sisters around here. I mean, that could really screw with a younger
kid. And listen, folks and kids, that strategy of don't look in the glove box.
Oh. Huh.
I mean,
that?
If you said to your 14, 15-year-old kid, listen, I don't want you to crack open the case of the transmission, they would drop the transmission and pull it apart.
Maybe a good way to get it sort of.
Good way to sidetrack them.
The oil change or
you
something.
can do a lot of damage to your transmission. I'm just saying don't look in the glove box while you're spending 2 hours armor rolling the interior of the car.
Guarantees
is ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Okay, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll speak to Rusty. Someone tweaked his pierced nipple, and it's still all hard now. All right. Oh, and it is all hard now. What's up? We'll tell him what's up after this.
Okay, so come on down off the tower.
This is not.
Hi, this is Thomas Colombo, Dr. Michael Mancini from Melrose Place, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it was the last episode tonight of Melrose Place, right? Yeah, I had to go upstairs and take one of my bizarre 22-minute naps.
Why is that bizarre?
It's weird to nap for, 19, 20, 21 minutes.
If I get a nap.
Yeah, but you doze off on your sofa with your kids jumping up and down on your chest.
That's right.
I go upstairs, put an eye shade on, get my underpants, and really nod off. I mean, I go to bed, and I'd put that Ebenezer Scrooge sock hat on if I could. You know what I mean?
Right.
Blow out the candle.
A big night shirt.
Put the cat out. I mean, I really bunk down for 18, 19 minutes, which is weird. I think I got a comforter pulled up under my chin and everything.
That is weird.
It is weird, and I go out, and the thing goes off. I don't even know where I am. I'm always scared I'm going to sleep through the show. And by the way, I set my alarm for well after 9 now. I mean, it takes me a half hour to get here, and I get up at 9:15. And that's why I put the slippers and the pajamas on. I don't know where I am. I just stagger out the door. You know how much time I traditionally allow myself? I get up before work, anywhere between 8 and 11 minutes. And that's at night. I mean, if I have to be at work at 10 a.m., and I have to leave my house at 9:45 in the morning, the alarm set, 9:35, 9:40. I just plan on getting up and leaving. You know the people like to shower and read the paper? I don't get that.
That's me. Got to shower, shave.
Shave?
Yeah.
Read the paper?
The front page, at least.
I bring my toiletry bag to work, and I shave at work. if I have to shave at all, and then I just wear slip-on stuff.
I have no time for that.
And I don't tie my shoes until I get to work. It's too daunting.
You don't wear shoes that have ties.
I do during the day, yeah. I just don't tie them until I get to work. All right. And you know what? I sleep the first 2 hours of work. You know how you're still groggy for a couple hours after you wake up in the morning? Hey, I'm on the clock, brother. I don't spend that at home. I punch in, and then I'm groggy. Rusty?
Yeah.
You got red hair?
No.
Really?
No, it's blonde.
Did you at one time have reddish hair?
No.
How do you get to be Rusty with blonde hair?
No, it's just a nickname.
Yeah?
Hold on a second. I was all wrong about this whole Rusty thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I thought they picked it up in an MRI or something, or in the when they do the fetal ultrasound thing. I saw your hair was going to be red. Okay, all I'm saying is most guys named Rusty hair was red at some point.
No.
That's what. Hence the nickname. See?
No.
All right, let's go.
Wait a minute. How did you get called Rusty then?
Well, my middle name is Russell.
All right. We'll go for that.
So, anyway, Adam, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Great.
Say that. About 2 weeks ago, I was in Oregon, and I was at this party, and I got my nipple pierced about 2 months ago, and this guy gave me a really bad titty twister. And
why?
Well, I don't know.
You're just at somebody else's party, and the guy grabs you?
Basically, yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah,
He could have ripped the whole thing out.
Yeah, it didn't feel very good.
Was it one of those nipple raves I was reading about?
No, it wasn't one of those. But then about a couple days after that, there was I could squeeze it and there was pus coming out.
That's nice.
And then now it's just really swollen, and there's a lot of hard substance.
Did he know you had a nipple ring?
I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
And I was wearing a shirt on and
Right.
a jacket over that, and he just, I just assumed that he just went over to kind of laugh at it.
Screw with you.
Yeah.
All right, you got to see a doctor, Rusty. It's probably an infection, maybe an abscess. You really need to have it checked out quickly.
You know, I never had this thought before, but I realize if I had a nipple ring or, God forbid, one of those honker penis rings or something, it would have been torn out thousands of times before I got out of high school.
With your friends? Just for fun.
Well, but if they didn't know about it, especially, they would come up, get you in a bear hug, throw you on the ground, give you the Indian burns, give you the titty twisters.
What difference does it make if they knew or not?
Nuts.
If they knew, they'd be going for it. Hey, Adam's got it back in again. Quick, let's go get it.
They knew they'd go after it, but if they didn't know...
It incidentally would get torn out anyway.
Oh, absolutely. You couldn't walk... wouldn't make it a day through school without one of your friends coming up behind you and getting you in a bear hug and lifting you off the ground or something. You'll never really fully appreciate that until you do something like crack a rib or something, and you try to make your way through high school for a couple months with like a cracked rib. People come up to you every day and push you. Well, bizarre stuff. They'll take like their knuckle and shove it right in your rib and not know. Allison, didn't you have friends, Drew? Didn't your friends do anything?
They weren't quite so aggressive and violent, though.
What was their idea of a good time? Like, let's take a pen and modify the monogram on Drew's ascot. So
read the National Review.
Yeah, we'll make the D look like a B by putting an extra line through it or something. We took his issue of the Utney Reader and we hit it. What? Seriously, Drew? Didn't you have friends?
Yeah.
Didn't they do stuff to you?
I don't remember anything that bizarre.
They didn't attack you constantly and throw you to the ground and kick you and
football
pee on
season,
you and
people
stuff?
would do weird stuff, but not quite as elaborate as your friends.
All right. Whatever. Allison, go ahead.
Allison?
Cell phone.
Allison.
Okay, I'm on a cell phone.
All right.
Okay, do you guys know much about Incubus?
The movie?
No.
The band?
Actual demon.
Oh, the demon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, last night when I was trying to go to sleep, I couldn't sleep very well last night, and I felt like somebody was like laying on top of me, and I kind of had like a little bit of a shortage of breath.
Mm-hmm.
And then it actually felt like somebody was like touching my chest.
Right.
Did anything like that ever happen to you when you were younger?
No.
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 All right.
And
do you have any history of asthma?
Where do you live?
Chino.
Chino.
Yeah.
Huh. And
Allison, this needs to be evaluated.
What is the incubus?
I looked it up on the internet, and it's the demon that, I guess, whatever, rapes you at night.
Oh, really?
Do you have any other fears or fantasies?
I got attacked by the jacubus once. That was just possessed my left hand, and you know what it did, Drew? It forced my right hand to pick up a magazine.
Any other fears or fantasies you've had?
5 times a week that's happened for the last 17 years. Can you believe that?
Quite a powerful demon.
Got to get that Kenny Kingston over the house, in which case I'd get the Sodabus. Sweet spirit. All right, so listen, Screwball, this doesn't exist. You're getting all whipped up about it. You understand?
Do you have any?
See, look, I believe in the Catholic religion. I'm not into all this crap.
Allison, do you have any other fears or fantasies? People thinking about you or talking about you? Hear voices or anything like that?
No.
Nothing like that.
No.
Well, did this incubus rape you?
No, it felt like somebody actually grabbed my chest, and it scared the hell out of me.
Were you dreaming it?
No, I was sitting up and looking around because I was very restless last night. I couldn't sleep.
Yeah. Do you ever have any night terrors?
No. I mean, everybody has nightmares, but that was a long time ago anyway.
But when you would get up screaming in the middle of the night, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, not everybody has that, Allison. Those are night terrors, and these sorts of, along with night terrors, people frequently get these sort of these intermediate dream states they get into where they'll wake up and feel totally locked in, like they can't move a muscle in their body, and they feel like somebody's holding them in position or there's somebody in the room. Part of that also could be that they believe somebody's lying on top of them, holding them down, keeping them from breathing. It is part of this night terror syndrome, and that can even be sometimes associated with a seizure disorder. It is a sleep disturbance, has lots of potential different causes. I suggest you get looked into. It has nothing to do with somebody actually being there.
Drew, in all your 57 years of living on this planet, have you ever seen anything you could even come close to classifying as supernatural?
No, but I've seen many, many cases like Allison.
Right.
Many.
I've never seen a goddamn thing. Nothing.
I've seen many cases like Allison, and I'll play the odds.
That I've heard, but I've never seen or heard of anything. Yet, the same people see him many, many times. How do you explain that? And it's always people, like I said, grew up in a place where it was sort of fertile. You know what I mean? Like New Orleans. Somewhere in Louisiana.
Suggestive.
Yeah, well, it's part of the culture.
Right.
Show me someone from Encino or Tucson that's seen anything supernatural.
So you don't think there's ghosts at all? That there's just no way that there are spirits walking the earth? And
I believe there is some energy that we cannot always explain.
Right.
For instance, and I don't know if it means. I don't think it was somebody who died whose energy is left behind. But I do understand there are forces that me or other people cannot explain. But as far as the sort of theory of the ghost and that whole sort of consistent thing where, you know, these crackpots that come on TV and they go, I can't think of the guy's name, but he's talking to somebody, and wait a minute, they're saying that, yes, she's fine, and she's talking to this guy and that guy. That's all nonsense. It's sort of based on what we want to believe. I don't think that stuff exists. I understand.
Just like you hear about old historical buildings where people for years have, heard people walking at night.
Why do they stay in just those buildings then?
If they died there or they grew up there, or they have a special
connection
with
and
that
I
place.
hear about those stories too, and they're always real intriguing. But how come they can never really pull any kind of definitive evidence out of that? I mean, they know where these houses are, and they've been haunted for hundreds of years, and on a weekly basis, someone's dragging a chain through the attic. But yet, with all the sophisticated surveillance devices and all the ways, I mean, we have ways of picking up energy levels and things like that. They never quite figure it out. It's never anything conclusive. It's the same with the UFO business. I mean, everyone has a story, but again, there's never any real.
Well, I think people like to have stories. It's
people like
interesting.
that.
It's scary. People
like
scared.
right.
It's
That's
fun.
right.
I believe that people that are interested in this have many stories and have many experiences over their lives. And the people that don't believe and aren't interested in it mysteriously or magically never see anything ever.
Right.
And that suggests to me that it's not the ones that aren't interested in it that are ignoring it. It's the ones that are interested in it sort of kind of manufacturing it. I mean, your mind is pretty powerful. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, if you just close your eyes, you see many different colors, many different lights.
You can conclude anything you want. I did a radio show over the weekend where a guy goes, "Oh my God, I watched this video where this 9-year-old Asian kid plays the piano like Beethoven, and he puts on these recitals, and between each piece he goes and hugs his mother because after I was only 9 years old, and if that doesn't prove that reincarnation exists, I don't know what does." Okay. Right. See, you can, if you don't know the facts, if people really don't know what is, then it's very easy to fill it in with all sorts of explanations.
Right. All right. Now, do the math on reincarnation. I don't think it works. All right, where the hell were we?
We're done for this break.
No, we're not. David?
Yeah.
You're 23.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I wanted to thank you for what you said about the cops. Not all of us are out there to, blow people away or give people a hard time.
Are you a cop yourself?
No, actually, I'm taking the tests.
What department are you going to be with?
Police department. Or sheriff's department.
Which one? L.A. County?
A little bit north of there.
I don't know.
Ventura County?
All right. Here's what I'm saying, and it bears repeating. Cops have a very stressful job. And I do not want cops trying to figure out, by the way, who's really going to make an assault on them and who's not. You know what I mean? In that split second.
Right.
My plan is if you walk at a cop and you're either holding a gun or you're holding a feather duster, and the cop tells you to drop on the ground and you ignore it, fine. He can shoot you. I got no problem with that. I really don't. And the reason, I've said this repeatedly, I don't have a problem with that, is it ain't going to happen to me, and it ain't going to happen to Drew, and it ain't going to happen to anyone I know, because the second the cop says, I'm on the ground. I'm actually will dig myself into the pavement and lie down so that, because I misunderstood, I thought he wanted me level with the ground. I thought he wanted my ass to just be like a speed bump in the parking lot. I watch this cop show on a nightly basis, and these guys come walking out of their house, and there's 5 cops with their guns drawn, and I mean, they're looking serious, and when your finger's on the trigger, it doesn't take much more than a hiccup to pull it. And they're yelling, down on your knees, down on your knees. And the guy's still walking at him going, what's up, man? What's up? And it's like, shoot him. I'm fine with that. I am so good with that. I really am. I'm happy to see that.
The people in this world ought to know that not all cops are out there just to beat people up.
Well, almost none are.
I don't think
people like me are out there to try and make a difference because something happened to us that we don't want to happen to other people.
What happened to you?
Well, I was going into a jewelry store to get my girlfriend a engagement ring, and she was shot and killed in a drive-by.
Oh, my God.
Wow, that is heavy.
So,
And so how long ago was that?
That was about 4 years ago.
You see why no one should buy engagement rings? I'm so glad you brought that up, David, because that brings me to another point.
No, come on. It's amazing, though, that his whole life becomes about managing the feelings about that Sentinel event.
Well, good. He takes a negative situation, he turns it into something positive, possibly for him and the community. I'm sorry that had to happen to you, David, but I'm telling you, I'm not for the cops who like to camp out and bust people for minor traffic violations. That is pussy ass. And I don't like a lot of them wasting a lot of time, sort of playing grab ass. But in terms of shooting people, I'm all about that. I'm all about it. Because you get pulled over, put your hands on the goddamn steering wheel, yes sir, no sir, you'll be fine. We'll take a break.
Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Victoria. Victoria Solstead, Playboy Playmate of the Year, and you are listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. What's going on with these Playmates of the Year? The new one comes around, but I don't know what they're doing.
After they're no longer the one of the year?
Yeah. There should be some kind of reunion beach party or something.
She made a little cameo tonight on Melrose Place.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
So that's,
I should think before I speak, Drew. I was napping while Victoria was making a cameo in the very last Melrose Place. What went on?
She played a Swedish nurse.
Anything?
Very fitting for her. Yeah.
Did the building blow up or anything big? Anything good, Ann?
Yeah, a building did blow up. A cabin. Yeah.
Oh, and we don't know who was in it? Oh, yeah, we don't care.
We do, but there was fake bodies. Peter and Amanda's body.
But the whole series is over now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the end of it?
It doesn't matter. There's no...
Drew, what have we been saying for the last hour?
But I meant for the season.
No, it's good.
No,
it's good.
Over.
It's canceled.
Yes.
Now my girlfriend is going to have to find more productive ways to spend her Monday night, perhaps just sitting on the sofa and hitting herself in the head with a slipper.
Why did they cancel it? Were the ratings starting to drop, or?
I don't know. It's been on for so long.
I heard Heather Locklear was making a guest appearance on this last one. I don't watch them all, but I saw the credits. It was a special appearance.
Oh, still.
Since 1974, she's been making a special appearance on Melrose Place. Jay?
Hello?
Jay, you're 14.
Yeah.
What's going on?
My girlfriend dumped me like 2 hours ago.
No, that's painful. How long did you go out with her?
Not very long, but I really liked her a lot, and I knew her before that. And,
How long did you go out with her, though?
Like for 2 weeks.
No, it's like you have the life... when you're 14, it's like being a butterfly or something. You live for a week.
Right,
you know what I mean? So 2 weeks is can be fairly substantial.
Intense, anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
And she was like that. Right now is like not a good time for her or something.
Right.
Like, if she's in like a weird position or something, I want to know if that's like BS or.
It's BS.
Total BS.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay.
The bottom line was she doesn't want to be in a relationship. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you got to hear is what's the bottom line there. People try to soften the blows any way they can.
Oh, what do you mean? What did she mean though? She was in, was a bad time for her to be in a relationship.
Well, I wasn't like too happy about the whole thing, so I said I'd call her back. So when I did later, like half an hour later, the phone was busy. So then I was just.
So he's like, listen. You're making a rash decision. I'm going to call you back. Let you think it out in a minute. I'll call you back about 15 minutes.
Okay.
No, not you, Jay. No. Jay, listen. I lost your home phone number. It's in my Rolodex, and it's at my desk. I don't have it with me. Jay, she broke up with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what she says. The bottom line is she wants to be out of the relationship. I know it's tough, but it's best that you hear the truth, and you be strong, and you move on to your next one.
Yep.
And that's all right.
Yep.
Okay? Happens to everyone.
Don't linger.
Okay?
Okay.
And don't listen. Listen, whether you're getting fired or whether you're getting dumped, people are not cruel.
Yeah.
Most people aren't intentionally cruel. And they're going to say stuff like, hey, listen, you're a great employee, and I liked you myself. It's just things didn't really work out, and I wish you the best of luck. Now, the point is forget about all that. You're getting fired. That's the main part. Or you're getting dumped. And they're going to tell you, I hope we can be friends, or maybe some other time, or I'm just not in a good place right now, or right now I need my freedom, or I need this, or I need that, or I'm pretty burdened with school, or my grandmother's coming to town. They'll tell you anything. But you listen to the bottom line, which is you guys are no more. And if you do that in life, at least you'll know where you are. And you won't be trying to rectify something that can't be rectified. Jim?
Yes.
You're 25.
Yes, I am. I'm having a problem with my girlfriend. She's always been kind of rough in bed, but now she's getting to the point where she wants me to smack her around and stuff like that, and I'm not. Just don't know what to do.
Yeah, we don't trust her.
You hear that caller we had earlier this evening who was looking for the same thing from his girlfriend?
Right.
So you see where that comes from. It's usually when kids have been physically abused at particular periods of childhood that this becomes part of their sexual behaviors. And it's really a way of acting out very old primitive feelings that actually tend to distance people from one another in their intimacies. I would suggest you not get into it, not gratify that stuff.
Nah, I know, it's tough. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. But what you can do is figure out why she wants to do it, and then I'll screw everything up. The sex will be horrible. Tim?
Yeah.
You're 27?
Yeah.
You have some information on the incubus?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't want to argue with you guys on that because I think you guys are great. But I was into stuff when I was younger, like Wicca and stuff, and I wouldn't underestimate or doubt it. You know what I mean? Because I've seen stuff that like supernatural stuff. That,
like what have you seen?
Oh, just like channeling and stuff. Have you heard of that?
Like when you're just surfing, with the cable? No.
Yeah, no.
You're going. What? How do you channel?
You know who Aleister Crowley is, right? He used to do that.
Yeah.
That stuff, like channeling through a human body. It's using a human body as a Ouija board.
You using the body as a Ouija board?
Using a human as a Ouija board.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
How do you use a human as a Ouija board?
Well, I mean, you can't just do it with anybody. The person's got to be able to, I don't know, get himself to do it. But it's like on a Ouija board, you're talking to somebody through the Ouija board. Well, you're talking to the spirit through the person. The person isn't actually there at the time.
Right.
But you're actually talking to the person.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that's called having a conversation with a guy who's high. Have you, remember this Uri Geller? He was bending spoons and all this kind of stuff? That always turns out to be nonsense. What about people who speak in tongues?
I don't know about that.
I heard about that. Kids that developed group hysterias and dropped to their knees and speak in languages that they couldn't possibly know and all that.
No, I used to work with, I used to work with those crazy born-agains when I installed closets out of that hellhole in Burbank. Oh, my God. I should have killed myself at least 45 times in my life. I really should have. I was working, Frank was one of them, and Pogie.
What would he do?
And I worked with 4 or 5... I installed closets with 4 or 5 born-again Christians, right?
And they spoke in tongues?
Who carried Bibles and asked for traveling mercy when we got in the van. And
well, Everlast was driving. I would too if I were you.
That was carpet cleaning.
Oh.
Everlast shot a guy a couple days later after we were working together. But the point is this is not Everlast, a rap singer. This is the original carpet cleaning Everlast from New York. Anyway, we'd be driving around, and Frank, and these guys were great because they're all gang members that were incarcerated for a while and then mysteriously found Jesus Christ. And, tattoos on their necks, but carrying the Bible. And Frank would speak in tongues every once in a while, which is always tough when you're eating, But, oh, my God, Drew, can you picture
me?
Give
me an example. What would he do?
Shandala, Shandala! It was like his thing. Oh, yeah, he'd go into the tongues. He'd go into the tongues. And anyone who knows me, working with people that are mildly religious, that's one thing. Guys who carry Bibles, speak in tongues, and ask for traveling mercy when you're installing closets. Oh, okay. We'll be back.
Loveline will be right back.
Hey, did you get that Thin Lizzy record? No. Did you look up that stuff on the internet there? No.
Hey, we'd like to thank Ann, Jerry, Engineer Mike.
Yeah, Amanda DeCadney will be in here tomorrow. She's a real spunky one, this Amanda. Real ball of fire. So have a good time with her tomorrow night. Should be a fun show. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.